This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hi friends, my name is Al, or Lilstarnerd. Welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a sketchbook tour. That's right, another one. Another one bites the dust. I know you guys don't like when the intros for these videos are long, so let me do my spiel super fast. 1. This sketchbook is a Strathmore Mixed Media Series 500. I have an affiliate link for it. I'll put it in the pinned comment, as well as it's in the description. I love this one. I really recommend it. 2. I highly recommend to enhance your viewing today. Before you watch this, watch a previous video. I think it's 2 before this one. It's the last spread. And I talk about my experience overall in the sketchbook, and it just kind of gives you a little bit more insight. If you like this video, if you like the art in this video, I think you'll like my channel. Not to mention, I do sketchbook tours pretty frequently. So if you do like those, you may as well subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Okay, that's a spiel. Before we get started, let me talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an amazing platform that entrepreneurs and creatives can use to create their website that highlights their business and skills. Whether you're looking to advertise yourself and your business, create an online portfolio, or create a place where you can interact better with your audience, Squarespace is a great tool to use. Squarespace is also super acceptable. You don't need to be a coding genius to make your own beautiful looking website. They have flexible website templates, so you can start with something that's already half done for you. They have a really wide selection of templates with all sorts of things in mind, so kind of whatever you need to do, they have something for you. So no matter what category you're looking in or what kind of business you have, you'll find something that works for you. And you can customize that template. You can add features to fit your unique needs, buttons, tools, etc. They also have a fluid engine, which makes designing your website so easy. It's a next generation website design system for Squarespace, so it's built in. You can literally customize every single detail with basically a drag and drop method. It's so easy to use. I use this a lot when designing my website. Not only is it easy to design, but it's easy to change your mind with this drag and drop. When designing, I went through many options trying to figure out what I liked best, and it was really easy to do, being able to just pick things up and move it around. And of course, you can put your online store on Squarespace and make that customizable too. As a small business, large business, creator, freelancer, entrepreneur, you can put all of your stuff in one place. I'm excited to put my store on there. I have a portfolio on there. I can link my social media on there, and it looks super clean and professional. I love working with Squarespace. They are a great support to this channel and also a great support to my business. If you are interested in creating your own beautiful website, go to squarespace.com to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Lilstarnerd to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's get into the sketchbook tour. So, I do this every time now. I used to be so good at keeping track of stickers. I will link people who sent me stickers down below. I know that this is from Sarah, this is from Denise, this is from Unhingedpeach, Emily Ella May's sketchbook. I know these were sent to me, and this was sent to me, and I can't remember exactly by who. This is from Gel Arts. This is a Karate Kid sticker. Shopgaygarbage, and then these were sent to me again. I don't remember by who. If it was you, please let me know. I need to I keep saying this, but I really need to write it down on the inside or something so I can keep track of that. I will definitely do that. Well, the other problem is that I usually have a backlog of stickers, and so by the time I'm putting them on my sketchbook, I don't remember who they're from. So sorry if I can't properly give you credit. If it's you, please let me know. So on the inside, this is my name from an envelope. This is when I went to Tallulah Gorge. That's my own sticker. And this is my last silly band. I had one more, and it broke, and I didn't notice it break and fall off. So I am silly bandless. This is the last one that I caught, and so I taped it in. I miss my silly bands. This is the first page, which obviously was a video on its own, so I don't need to go too far into it, but it's a Make It Gay of a Norman Rockwell piece. It's one that I really like. I think it's cute. I love her face particularly. Her face is fine. There's a little too much going on, but I do like it. I love all the colors, and I think it's a good piece. I'm very happy with it. Then a lot of this sketchbook I feel is very doodly, very loose. These are pages that I actually really like, but there's still not a whole lot going on. These are just colored pencil doodles. I really got into, for a quick second, I really got into very heavy colored pencil stuff. I don't really know how to describe it, but this. I was having a lot of fun doing this. I think they look really cute and really satisfying. I did multiple green onion things. I just especially the greens, I just like the way it looks. It looks very yummy, very crispy, very good. And then here was some playing around with black ink pens, different kinds of pens, doing some old looking cartoon doodles, a Betty Boop. Yeah, not a whole lot. Then I have some figure drawing stuff. This was the first time I ever did a male figure at my open studio figure drawing open studio. This was the first time I had a male model, and I unfortunately did not stick with pencil, and I wish I did because I was having a lot of fun. These were the really quick warm-ups, and I really love these. I love doing the really quick ones. I think this is probably 1 to 2 minutes. And I love doing those with like a darker grade pencil and going with like really heavy, confident lines. I think it looks so nice. Obviously there are times that I mess up, but I like being forced to stick with it, especially in the face, because faces are usually where I have a really hard time. And I love seeing in the head and stuff where I just have to commit. It's super fun. And then unfortunately that same session, not unfortunately, but just I think I would have had a lot more fun that time if I had stuck with pencil, but I went with gouache. Had I been doing a female model, I think that would have been great. You can see here's I think probably a 5-minute sketch that I really didn't like, so I just went right on top of it. And like, they're fine. I really don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think they're pretty good. I just think I would have enjoyed doing the male model in pencil. I could have saved the gouache for when we had another female model, which we usually have. So it's like less exciting when that happens. Actually, wow, I really like that foot. That's kind of slay, oh my gosh. It was both harder and not as hard as I thought it would be. And then there's this one. This was our longest pose. I think it was like a kind of like warm-ups and then maybe 20, 20, 40 or something like that. And so I had it take up the whole page, and I really don't like this. I think there's something wrong with the perspective. So the way I went in was I would take like a mid-tone. Of course, it dried darker than I wanted it to be. And I did a sketch, like I would just kind of like block in really large chunks of what I thought the body was. And then I went in with smaller brushes over that and started adding in detail. And this one, there was only so much detail I could really get in with the gouache, so I started adding like hair and stuff just for something to do. And I think when I was doing that sketch, like when I do pencil, I have plenty of time to go back and edit. With the gouache, I had less of that, and so I ended up with the very curvy hips that look very like odd or something, and I don't know, the perspective is really weird. And I don't hate it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't love it. It's fine. Here is some pen portrait sketches. I forget why. There was a specific reason I wanted to do these, and now I can't think of what it was. But I was just pulling up stuff from Pinterest and was doing these quick little doodles, and I love them. I think these are really, I don't like that one very much, but I think these are super pretty. I love the lines. I love this guy. I love the bold like black marks and the sketchiness, and I love when pens work with different pressures and like can have that like really sketchy look. So I just think these are so pretty, so yummy. I absolutely adore this whole spread. I think it looks really nice, and I find it very satisfying. I like all of them. Even that one's okay. Like I don't love that one, but it's okay, but like I can't pick a favorite. I love them all. This is a family member that I was babysitting, and I sketched her from this picture that I'd taken that I just thought was like super cute with her like messy hair. She had a little raincoat on and an umbrella, and it was really, really cute. These are some beach drawings with a pen, and I always end up, the beach that I go to, I don't like going when it's busy, and it's also not a tourist beach in general. So it's usually there's not a lot of people, which is the way I prefer it, but then I go there like hoping to draw people, and I end up just having like the same view over and over and over again. So all of my beach doodles look the exact same, which is fine because I really like the way those look. But yeah, they always end up looking the same, which is fine. I've been struggling to do the people very funny looking, but it's always so fun to do those. Then, of course, this was a whole video, more stuff on some original characters, some Apocalypse characters. I still really love this. I love everything about this page. It's very sparse, but I think it's cute. I don't even really have much to say on this one because it's pretty like self-explanatory. Like there's a whole video, you know what I mean? I wish I did more. This is really fun to do, but it does kind of take not a lot out of me, but it definitely takes some energy going in, which I don't always have. But I wish I would do more stuff like this. I think it's so pretty. Here's probably what we could consider the beginning of the end, where it just kind of gets less and less effortful with each page. This is just a whole, some swatching of, I think I got some tubes of watercolor or something, and then taping stuff in. So here's some stuff from sketches of Shay for my order. Fortune cookie thing, this is nearby a print shop, like a screen printing place open, and I went to the grand opening, which was really fun. My Barbie movie ticket, another Barbie movie ticket, a note someone sent to me for the stuff that they sent. and then a little sketch, a little pen sketch. This is a blank page. There's a sketch of, I wanted to do, what was this for? I think it was for a sketchbook. It was for, I don't remember what this was for. I think a video or something. I had this idea of, you know, like there's all those Pinterest girlies, but they're like pretty witchy outfits and they have a fox with them or something. I was really inspired by those and I wanted to do something like that. And I did a sketch and I like it, but it wasn't working. But so there's that tiny little sketch. I had this idea because I have to poop all the time. So sometimes a girl has to poo. And I wanted to make some sort of little graphic for that. It didn't go anywhere, but I still like these. This is some old Lee packaging. And then this is an old, I was sorting through some stuff. I was cleaning out some stuff and I found some stuff that I had saved that I was intending to either use for like collages or to tape in, but I never did. So I just taped it in here. So that's some old koi feed packaging. This is also a video. You can see here, I think I dropped water on it and I tried to wipe the water off and I smeared the marker everywhere, but whatever. This is the video where I did some character designs based off Pinterest board prompts, which was so fun. I loved doing that and I still love all of these designs. I especially love him. I want to draw them more, but there's something there's something about it that I like. I kind of like it being a little bit self-contained where there really is no pressure. It's just an exercise where I go into these Pinterest boards and make the character and then I never like have to do anything with them again. It kind of takes the pressure off of me a little bit. And I feel like the more I work with them, probably the less I will get out of it. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to leave them just like this, but I also really like them and I want to kind of do stuff with them. And I got a lot of comments saying like definitely these two, but like all three of them could totally be in the same world. And I loved that, especially these two being in the same world. Such a good idea, so cool, so fun. And I want to experiment with that, but we'll see. We'll see, who knows if I really will. These are, I saw something and it had this color palette and I really loved it. And it had this like very orange background and I really liked it. It evoked this very specific emotion in me and I wanted to replicate it. I forget what I saw or where or anything. And this did not turn out quite as, this is definitely what I wanted, but I wanted it to be a little bit more refined than this. I think maybe I could do this digitally and it would look better. This is pretty much what I wanted. Maybe not, I think this green color is the wrong color. But I especially like this one. I think it's fun. I think it's very cool. Obviously very graphic. It's done with gouache. Gouache? Acrylic gouache? Acrylic gouache. They're just silhouettes and shadows, but I think it's cute. I like the colors going together and the starkness of it and the solitude, but it's not like a sad solitude. I like it. It's cool. And then here is the start of my travel diary thing, which I did retroactively, but I used to love keeping diaries and I don't really do that anymore. And so I wanted to do something to kind of help me remember this trip, so I did it in my sketchbook instead. So this is kind of documenting the day we went to Franklin. When we went to North Carolina, this was our first day in Franklin. I wrote little notes to myself about the specific things we did. This is the view from where we were staying, scenes from in town, and then we went on a ghost tour, and that was super fun. This is when we went to the Biltmore. These are some cutouts from the pamphlets. And then redrawing some stuff that I saw around there. A really quick doodle of the house. This place is gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, very, very cool. But I think the behind the scenes stuff, like the house itself was obviously really neat, but I think all the behind the scenes stuff and like the downstairs stuff was the real party. The next day we went to Dillsboro, which is a little kind of train stop town. Here's the train. We just so happened to pull up right as the train was pulling up, so that was really fun. And this was a little, I think the post office or the town hall, and it's just this tiny, tiny, dinky little place. So I painted it. I actually think this is really cute and good and simple. I like it. I didn't have much to say about this day. We really just kind of walked around a main street. And then on the way home, we stopped at Tallulah Gorge, which was breathtaking, stunning, amazing, beautiful. Had such an amazing time there. I can't believe I missed waterfalls so much and I didn't even know it. And the views were stunning. It was just really an amazing, amazing time. And I'm so glad we stopped there. This is a super doodly page. I think I wanted to do stuff with them and kind of sketch here, idealize here, do this piece here, but I just wasn't feeling it. But I actually do really like the way this page turned out. I especially like them. This is based off a Pinterest post of these two women, and they're kind of like maybe 20s performers, and this is pretty much what they look like, but but I thought they were just so cute and I wanted to draw them in this little stylized way. And I really love the way they turned out. I think they're really cool and really cute and really fun. And then here's just more pen doodles. Here's some figure studies. Normally when I do these, I don't draw the faces. I've never drawn the faces. And I'm trying to, it's just harder for some reason. I don't know why, but I can't do it because I either start with the face or I don't draw the face. And with these, I don't start with the face, so I can't draw them. But I'm trying to add in the faces, and you can see sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But they're always very, very simple. I really like doing it with this pen. This is a pen that I usually save for like signing stuff. It's like my nice pen, but it's just such a beautiful pen. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw with it. And I did, and it was so fun. This is a gouache spread that I really, really love. I think it's really pretty and really yummy. I mean, there's not much to say about it though. They're just like different. I don't like this one. This one's really bad, but that's fine. I got into like some like 60s, 70s photos, and those were really, really fun to do. I love the way gouache looks. I love like the patchwork feel to it and just how gorgeous it dries and the way the colors look. I think it's so gorgeous. And I like this spread, and I actually do like this no matter how messy it is. I think that's cute. A super, super sketchy doodly bear page. This is inspired by Wilma Arts, who I've like collabed with on this channel before. I've talked about her before. She did a piece while she was on vacation of these guys on, I think on a lifeguard stand. And it was like on a beach and the sun was like coming through. And the way she did the silhouettes of the people were just so gorgeous. And you could see kind of like as it, you know, fanned out into the red. And I loved the way it looked. And so I wanted to experiment with that a little bit. And this is what it's fine. Like I literally just wanted to see the colors. But that's why I wanted to, just because I saw her piece and was like, yeah, that is so delicious and yummy. A quick Barbie drawing with my old touch twin markers, because I love the way the skin colors look. Pen doodles, that's my dog pooping. Yeah. Not much here. This is a really quick drawing that I did with like these weird like crayon chunky things that I have. I had a really specific reason that I wanted to do this. I had a vision and I don't remember what it was. It was like a sketch base. Like this was basically a sketch. It was something that came to my head and I was like, okay, let me really quickly get this down while it's in my head. I don't remember what my thought process was. I actually don't dislike it. I love the blending, the gradient there, but I really don't remember like what the purpose was or what I was thinking. But it was fun. And then over here, this is when I think I was helping my sister pack. So I was like keeping her company. I grabbed a pack of markers and I just sat in her bed and I started doing some doodles. This is the goat, some random little things, just a little guy. I think this is a redraw of something that I do a little bit later. He's fun though, but literally just super doodly stuff. This I did specifically because I wanted to do the red ink pen with pink marker again. I did something that I've done before and I really like the combo, so I felt like doing it again. So this was while I was still in my sister's bed, just doodling things as I came across them in my camera roll or as I thought of them with those supplies. A skunk, a flamingo, a monkey, a portrait, a snake, a house, a fish, an eye, a skull, a rainbow. These are from the zoo that my friend took me to. Those same markers from the same day, all of this stuff happened in that same day. I tried to do landscapes. I was going to do a full spread of them, but I didn't. I was trying to do landscapes with as few colors as possible. With only like these two, I tried to do it like these two tones or I guess 3 tones. This has 5 tones. This has, and these have 3 tones. I was trying to figure out how, like, with the fewest amount of tones as possible, how can I communicate as much as possible? It was very, very difficult to kind of figure out what needs to be what color and what's vital and keeping shapes together. I don't like this. I did this and I didn't like the colors and it was just too much and it's like, why is there purple and only like one place and pink and only one, and I didn't like it. So I narrowed it down and it was very, very difficult and I would love to do it more because it was a fun challenge, but figuring out like, do I outline things? Do I not outline things? Like, how does that work? It was very fun to do. It's a kind of weird. I think I fixed it a little bit with the color pencil, but at first it was like looking super wonky. But this is just a Pinterest photo that I drew with the same, I was getting really into like inks and stuff, with an ink pen, fountain pen type, I forget what those are called, brush pen. It was looking super wonky. And then I tried to do the shadows with the neon colored pencil. I don't know why I thought to do that, and that looked really weird, so I kind of started coloring it a little bit more, and it looked a little bit better, and I actually really like it. I think it's a fun page, even like with the bleed through, the green bleed through, I think the colors look super nice together. I think it's fun. I think it looks interesting. I like the way it turned out. Then of course in every sketchbook I have to have the spread where I have my sister draw me little shapes, and then I have to see things and make doodles out of them. And this time I actually like a lot of them. I really love this little guy. This is the thing that I redrew a few pages earlier. This guy. He's so funny. I actually really like this. It's weird. She's got very long boobs hanging down, but like without the weirdness, I actually think it's a really fun drawing. Like I think it's a cool, fun idea. I like this guy. Love the frog. This one was definitely like, this spread was, I actually like her too. The spread was a very, very difficult one. Sometimes the shapes come to me very easily, and sometimes I'm there for hours trying to figure out what to do. And this one, I was there for a few hours. Again, I picked out the colors this time, and I love these colors, especially for the bleed through for these things. The oranges are really, really complimenting it. So I love the bleed through on this side, and I love the bleed through on this side, underneath and as the background for this tiger. I think it looks really nice. But yeah, I wanted to draw tigers. I had been really itching to do it for whatever reason, and so I did. These two are with marker, and this is with acrylic marker, but it was like super thin and kind of dying out. But I specifically wanted to do the yellow to orange gradient. I wasn't concerned about it being like very realistic or what a tiger really looks like. I just wanted to do the gradient and have it look really pretty. And I was going to challenge myself to do actual like black stripes, but I just couldn't do it. I really wanted to, I love using my blues for my blacks, and I couldn't depart from that, so I did blue again. And I love the composition of this spread. I don't know why, but this to me is very satisfying. Like, love this, super pretty. I want to make this a sticker or a print or something. These are all referenced from Pinterest, but I love them. Then here is I'm doing this thing for Skillshare, and this was for a prompt. It had been, either way, it had been an idea kicking around in my head for a while, but I didn't really know kind of how to finalize it or what to do with it, or this was a weird like kind of alignment, universal aligning thing, because it kind of felt like I was waiting for a purpose for this, and then I had a prompt and I was like, oh my god, that fits so perfectly, and then there was a kind of a reason to make it. So it worked out really weird in a good way. But I basically had this prompt of like discussing and explaining your creative process, and so this is what resulted in that. It was very playful. A lot of it was the idea of like wanting to use, I had this sparkly watercolor paint that I had been like not waiting to use, but like hadn't used it. And I had just reorganized a lot of my art supplies, and so a lot more of my art supplies were within reach. And so these are colors that obviously I use the neons a lot, but some of these are colors I don't ever use. And so I was using those, and I was just kind of pulling stuff out and putting it down, and I had so much fun. Very exploratory, super fun, love the way it turned out. This isn't the final piece, this was like the experimental piece. Super fun. My only thing was this background, when I bought the paint, it was supposed to be black, glittery black paint. I don't know if you can even tell that it's like glittery. It looks shimmery. To me, it kind of grosses me out. It gives me like little heebie-jeebies because it looks like graphite. It looks like when you lay graphite down, and that kind of grosses me out. I don't know why. That texture, that feeling kind of grosses me out, and seeing it here, it's too gray, and I don't, but whatever. It's fine. And then this is actually the last page. But we'll get there in a second. This is obviously like the lowest effort. It's mainly September Patreon rewards planning. It is actually entirely. I was trying to just brainstorm because I was really stumped. It was either right before or right after my surgery, and I was pretty burnt out, just really not into art at all. I've gotten really into like other hobbies and stuff, which will be relevant in a second. I've gotten really into other hobbies, and also was just busy, exhausted, recovering. So I was really having a hard time kind of getting in the zone for Patreon and art and stuff. And so this is actually sewing planning, but this is all Patreon stuff. So these are the Patreon originals for August. These were the doodling for that. And then this, I decided would be the September sticker, something like that. And then these are me kind of figure out what do I associate September with, because I've been really getting into, I have like a whole Pinterest board planning for spooky season and like autumnal meals and whatever. And so I was like writing down things that I was thinking about in relation to September, going on this journey until I got to where what I believe will be the September rewards, which is witch prepping for spooky season. And then you will see that the rest of the pages are blank. And I didn't mention this in the video because I was like, you know what? It's still finished to me. The sketchbook is still finished despite having quite a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blank spreads. It still feels finished to me. Like, I'm not mad, and this is something that I never, ever, ever do. I never leave pages blank. But I really didn't care. I was like, you know what? It's whatever. People do it all the time. I've been in a really weird place with my art. I haven't had time for my sketchbooks. I've barely even felt like I've kept a sketchbook lately, which is something that I mentioned in my last sketchbook spread video. It doesn't even feel like I've had a sketchbook. So I really the last few days I've had time to work in it, and I just chose not to and chose to do other things. And it didn't bother me, it didn't upset me. It felt finished to me. And so I didn't bother finishing. I think the next one will be very different and it won't be such a difficult thing to do. And so I was like, you know what? This one, I'll leave it empty. I'll leave a few pages empty as it's kind of symbolic of where I was at. And the next sketchbook will probably be different, so who really cares? So I skipped those pages and I did my last spread, which is the thing that I just did a video about. It's acrylic on paper. I misspelled catcher. I did notice that right after I uploaded the video. And so I didn't have a chance to like edit in anything, but it is supposed to say the catcher in the rye. It says the cather in the rye. So that's fun. But yeah, this is the last spread. And then I'm done. This is holding just odds and ends. And then there we go, that's it. I'm gonna keep it open on a page that I like just so we don't have to see this glare. That is the sketchbook tour. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang, you know what to do. I am really, really excited for the next sketchbook and seeing what comes and how it's different, because I'm really hoping that it's gonna be different and be a lot better and easier. I think it will be. I have no reason to think differently. And I'm really excited about that. So I'm excited to see what comes. And I'm still very happy with the sketchbook, despite the struggle. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said already, I already did that. I'll talk to you later. Go watch TV show, brush your teeth, and go do some art. Bye. See you later.